What up, boys, and welcome back to another video. So in this video we're going to discuss a question that I get asked quite often, and it's people who are new to gold farming and they're wondering like how to start out. I've been talking about this a lot, but I decided to like put all my tips in one video. And I'm also soon at gold cap on this realm, and I'm going to move to another realm, and I'm going to do like a step-by-step because a lot of people requested me to like show everything I do from start to beginning, like how to build up the auction house and how to get started with gold farming. So I've been using the same technique on basically every realm that I've hit gold cap on. So I decided to give you like a quick video on it, like how I think, how I do, what I farm first, what I farm afterwards, and all of that. So you want to start off by getting transmog, because this is strictly a guide for those who don't really need gold. Like if you need gold to be able to get your game time token, your best bet is going to be to go out and just do materials. Like materials is better than raw gold. Materials sell fast, so you don't have to rely on the RNG of getting the items, and you don't have to rely on like actually selling the items, because let's face it, materials, they sell fast. So you're going to be farming the most selling materials, which is the current content materials. Like it doesn't matter if you do herbalism, skinning, or mining, anything at all. Everything works, and it's going to give you a decent enough gold per hour that if you suck it up and just do it for a few hours, you're going to get that game time token. So we're going to talk about like the people who are new. They have like almost no gold and they think it's interesting, so they want to get into gold farming and start building up the auction house. The first thing you should do is to get transmog items, because building up your stock of transmog items takes the longest time, and you actually need a shit ton of transmog to be able to get frequent sales. If you want to make like transmog your only income, you're gonna have to get like, it depends on realm, but I usually say if you have 500 and above transmog items, you can somewhat start to see some frequent sales as long as you check for undercuts. Personally, I have like 1400 transmog items right now, but I also have a lot of other stuff that I post in the auction house. So when you start out, do transmog farms. When it comes to the location where you should farm transmog, I always tell people to do RFK, BFD, and sulfuric. The reason why you should do those dungeons is because you get a lot of items. Doesn't matter if the transmog items is not worth like 50k a pop, but you can get like a billion different small items worth like anywhere from 500 gold to 20,000 gold, and they really do sell. Like these dungeons have items with a decent enough value to do them, and most importantly, they have a really high sell rate. Now, if you guys are able to get a 5-man group, you can also use my Discord, which is linked down below, to get a 5-man farming group. You should switch it up. You should also do these dungeons that I just mentioned, but you should also look into doing 5-man farms such as Silius, Stone Guardians, and the Jade Mountain, just because they drop a lot of transmog item if you are in a 5-man group, and some of them are really, really valuable. So that's a good way of starting out. But after doing the solo farms like RFK, BFD, sulfuric, and the 5-man farms, you should move into like more advanced farms, right? When I say more advanced, basically it means going for higher ticket items, but the chances of getting them are like way less. So we're talking about AQ, RFD, and Oldsman. If you have those down after farming a shit ton of RFK, BFD, and sulfuric, go into AQ, RFD, Oldsman. You should definitely do all of them. When I say do RFK, BFD, and sulfuric, I'm not saying that you should go in and do one run, go to BFD, then do one run, go to RFK. We're talking like probably 50 runs, right? Go into sulfuric, do 50 runs, go to BFD, 50 runs, RFK, 50 runs, and then move on. Then you do AQ, 50 runs. RFD, 50 runs, older man, 50 runs. It sounds like a lot, but you can mix it up. Like you can do 10 runs of BFD, 1 hour, sulfuric, 10 runs, 1 hour, RFK, and so on. So after doing those dungeons, AQ, RFD, older man, you want to look into, there's actually two options depending on realm. You either want to do old materials because it gives you high gold per hour when you farm them, and the some of the items you should look into is like primals, primal fire, primal mana, primal water, like all of those. They don't sell as fast as the current content materials, but it's nice. Just treat them and look at them like transmog items. They have a high value. They do sell eventually, so it's nice to have them, like always have them available on the auction house. And you should also look into volatiles, like volatile fire and water mostly. And they tend to sell really, really fast. If you want to do it solo, you can also farm volatile air, which also sells. And it's just a nice way of getting some frequent sales while waiting for your transmogs to sell. And after doing that, you should look into battle pets, and don't go for the long shot battle pets unless you have like 1,000 transmog items in the auction house. The long shot battle pets are like Gundrak Hatchling and so on. You should focus on the minor ones first, like the Bronze Whelpling, the Dark Whelpling, the Crimson Whelpling, Emerald Whelpling, basically all the Whelplings. Then you move over to Black Tabby Cat, you go to STV and you do the Parrot and so on. And as soon as you have that down, there's a lot of options. Like, you should be sitting on at least 500 transmog items, the most common battle pets. And then you can really just swing over and start doing like class specific items. So you don't really need these classes in order to do them. I've made a video about like using the class trials. So just make a class trial of mage, you get the polymorph tombs, you make a rogue to farm the dices, you make a warlock to farm the sealed tomb of Lost Legion. And we have those as well. You literally just keep on farming transmog, like keep restocking your materials, your transmog, your battle pets, and once you have all of that on the auction house, you're free to do whatever you want to do. Me personally, I try and go for the high ticket items, the transmog items, by doing farms such as Solidas or Jade farming or Uldaman, AQ, RFD, just try and get those really big ticket items. You can also look into crafting, but that's something that I don't really do. I craft like 10 items, and that's about it. So hopefully that cleared some of it up. As I said, I'm going to do a more in-depth guide. Like when I move around, I'm going to tell you guys exactly what farms I do first, which I've explained now, but I'm going to show you guys exactly how I move on getting the gold cap. So instead of just doing the weekly recap where I tell you guys how much gold I've made, I'm going to show you like how I farm the items, like basically from point A to B, like farming them, selling them. And hopefully you guys will enjoy that. If you do, please let me know if that's something you guys will be interested in. And you can always, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, I like making these videos because I feel like they help more than showing you guys what I get in 100 runs of AQ. So if you guys want me to make a video about any topic whatsoever, then please feel free to leave me a comment down below and tell me what you want me to talk about, and I will definitely do it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you liked the video. If you did, you can always press that thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, bye bye.